There's your happy, and yes, on the flip, there's your little bee, and this one here, little flower. This used to be an earring, and some nice little fabric that matches the frame on the front, and it's ripped, it's just shabby, tattered, and we're calling this book Imagine. Got a little pin here and a hole in the book so I can get all that on there. Some vintage lace doily that I put on here. This is from a local store that I went to. I've been going there for years and years. Gail K Fabrics. This is some silk flower I took apart and made my own, and it bends. It can be taken out of the book. One of my envelopes that I made, and some cards to write on, and this is some scrap left over from one of the first paper collections that I purchased, and it's for writing too. This has not been tea stained here. This is some paper I put on here and a little extra piece. This piece was watercolored and baked, but nothing major. And this is a couple little pockets that I have up here. Not here, but inside. This is a picture of my grandmother. I don't really know the year, but fabulous picture. Some little glittery paper. This is beautiful paper. If she were here today, I'm pretty sure she would be telling me this on a regular basis. From some doilies that were given to me by my aunt, and some beautiful vintage style lace I picked up. I think it was Gail K's again. This should be the paper ink tray, one of the stamps that comes with that vintage collection of stamps. And that information I got off of Michelle Mooney's channel 2, Paper Addiction. Love her books, love them. I love her tea stained books. This is tea stained. It's on some very heavy cardstock. This is what happens sometimes. It gets a little distressed more than I want when it's with a thicker paper. But tattered, punched with a doily style punch. I don't know if you're familiar with what I'm saying, but they're paper punches. Something I found out about from YouTube people. This here, so black envelope. Of course I had to put some color in the book. And my favorite stamp. Obviously right now my favorite one, I use it to the hilt. Just a little tea stained paper, stamped it, wrapped around some embroidery thread for anyone who would like to use it, and an old bobbin. Another pop of color here on some cardboard that I painted. It's my grandmother again. And I put her picture on some paper that I embossed using the Tim Holtz Vagabond machine, and I have several different embossing plates or whatever, folders, whatever you want to call them, but this one really does the job well, does good. I'm not really happy with all of the embossing folders that I've gotten. Luckily they don't cost a whole lot. Not tea stained, but vintage style paper, and a little extra little piece to fiddle around with, write a note on, and you can put it up here in a slot. This is plenty open up in here for a few more things. Over here, another envelope, and I just put in some photocopies of old vintage postcards that were in a friend's stash. It has the envelope glue on it so it can be resealed and used. This is a bag. I believe it had some stuff in it in the mail from Jim, and going in the same thing with the junk journals I've been seeing, I decided to use it in here. And this little bag will fit plenty, and this just kind of keeps it stable. Just a nice pretty piece of paper that can go on something to decorate. Just another piece of paper. I overlaid some pattern paper and fiddled with some art. This is your mystery bag because it's taped shut, and it has, I think, a old postcard in it or something wonderful. So at this point, I've done this quite a bit, and I'm not going to open it, so that's that. A little flower that I tried to make and it got too thick. Took it apart and I put a clothing label. I've got masses of clothing labels. When I took a bunch of clothes apart, I saved the tags. I did that because I've seen a lot of people on Pinterest use them for various things for art. So that there is the Imagine book, and it's shabby, it's tattered and distressed looking, but I can assure you it's very durable. So this one's for sale. Thank you for stopping by again.